I'm not one who shuns the cold weather, but you'd have to be a blue Glam Felon elf to just like the normal ice and snow around Harbinger's Watch. Around the outside of the Veetmouth, it's cold. Colder than I've ever experienced or want to ever experience again. You would think that that is how it would be everywhere inside Rimmergan's realm, but no, it's not. The souls who refuse to go to nothingness still hold on to the places that they had in life. This means that it's not so cold right outside or inside them. In this current soul's life, he lived in the ancient land of Ukaizo, where the Huana lived in a tropical paradise. It's not like I'm actually there, though, under the heat of the sun with waterfalls and warm pools of water all over the place. It may look like it, but no. Now that I'm thinking of that, I want to return to a place like that in the Deadfire, especially after being here. But it isn't cold here. It's just like it's all lukewarm. But lukewarm is a heck of a lot warmer than colder than ice, so this is a good step up. This small realm is like a distant memory of a nice place with water flowing all around in a tropical paradise. It almost looks real, and feels almost real, but there's no hot sun, cool water, or warm sandy beach. It's just all lukewarm. No, unfortunately, it's none of those nice things, but it's making us all think of it. And I suppose other than Fatner or Edwin, whose thing seems to be cynical of everything, we are missing the tropics of the Deadfire. Cold and nothingness, that's all this island called Harbinger's Watch offers. It still baffles me that people want that. I've spent enough time on real beaches or in rivers here under the hot sun of the Deadfire to know that it's something I would love to be in right now. The person whose memory this belongs to is the oldest among the three we've visited so far, and I would think the strongest of will to still maintain it after 2 millennia. I cannot wait to meet him. I've found a corner of Rimmergan's domain dominated by the sea. Time-worn stone structures encrusted in coral rise in the distance, and the waters flow seemingly from nowhere. If I find the spirit responsible for this place, perhaps I can enlist it to my cause. It's just portals and pedestals and spirit residues. That's all we've encountered so far, other than these spirits to fight. And some of Rimmergan's protectors, I guess, or guardians. Another soul. A wandering clump of soul essence waits for me in the path. When it senses the piece of itself already within me, it rushes to join them. So it's not exactly a soul, it's a fragment of a soul. My people wave and shout my name as I tour the Outlander around my city. I have come to value his counsel more than even my own advisors, for he would not see me fettered by ceremony and politesse as they would. He has requested a site in the center of the city on which he might build a contraption. His people are soul shapers, he explains, and they have found a way to commune with the gods. They need only a place worthy of the gods, power from which to do it. I am only too happy to oblige. The clump of soul stuffs mingles with the bits of itself I already hold. A sharp pain pierces my chest. Fear, not mine, but the soul's. It cannot stand to be alone, but neither does it want to be whole. Let's see what this opens up. The area below us, which we can now access. Alright, let's go through the portal. Oh, another wandering soul. System of rock. Primal water, spirit residue. What's this soul say? Soul fragment. A knot of soul essence lingers before me. It shies from my touch at first, but relents when it senses the rest of itself within me. Its loneliness proves more powerful than its fear. Acrid smoke chokes the air. Fires rage across the city. I trip on a lump of shattered statue and crash to the ground. A sharp pain races up my arm. I am broken, too. I stay there on the ground, too tired to stand, too tired to go on, as my city burns down around me. They told me they could speak with the gods. I thought it an honor, but when the bearded man I'd grown to trust activated his machine, half my populace turned to ash. Their souls were torn from their bodies like curtains from a window. They didn't even scream. But the Outlanders didn't lie. They could commune with the gods. The gods descended on the city with flame and flood. They smashed my palace to ruins and drowned my ports. A scant few people escaped the destruction by boat. Those who remained died in terror. Except me. They let me live in their divine cruelty. The gods let me live. The distinct bits of soul essence coalesce within the shelter of my soul. Whole at last, the spirit reluctantly pulls itself from me. Where did it go? I guess we can't go there. This is what the ancient Ingwithans did to the ancient Juana at Ukaizo. I wonder if Theos was the one that met with the king of the Ukaizo. What's this? Magnificent structures worn by time and catastrophe fade into the void beyond. There's one of Remergan's protectors ahead. Let's just go this... Well, it's too deep. We'll have to find a way. And it's not this way. Guess we face Protector then.
Enemies ahead.
Two of them. Adair, go first, please.
Take them down!
This isn't as effective as you seem to think.
Okay, so Adair's right in the thick of it. Let's try to get rid of these things on the side.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Well, we're hurting them. I'm getting hurt. Ow.
Oh, good.
One's down. Very hurt. Shoti, can't you do something about this?
Did I do that? Good.
I don't want this thing coming at me.
Happy to oblige. Just like that.
Still alive. Okay.
Ready.
Let's go!
This isn't as effective as you seem to think.
Good work.
I've got it. Sure.
It's a dolphin. I don't know what it is. Some kind of large pedestal. Oh, it's an altar. Soul essence, primal water, spirit residue. This. These statues depict the stern visages of past Huana rulers. It's kind of a... No, it's not kind of. It's absolutely terrible that Ukaizo ended that way.
Will do.
Oh, is this the spirit I'm looking for? The king. The soul fragment dissipates in a flash of scattered essence, reforming in the shape of a large Amawa man, bedecked in exquisite robes and golden jewelry.
My great hall stands open for all who would pay fealty to their beloved king. Why are you here?
I bow to him. Greetings.
Welcome.
The king regards me with one eyebrow raised and a smug smile just forming on his lips. I don't know what kind of gift can I give him, but I brought you a gift.
Indeed. What is it? Show me.
I give the king a precious gem. Rare treasure. The king's eyes widen and he breaks into a broad, delighted grin.
You have my permission to continue.
Who are you?
King Wingaro Owaturi I. You've heard of me, of course. Haven't you?
I shrug. Maybe in old stories. He settles back on his throne, bright eyes blinking rapidly. After a long moment, he laughs.
A fine joke.
Your kingdom predates Ukaizo.
My kingdom is Ukaizo. The jewel of the Deadfire. No, of Eora, a city so magnificent it draws the jealous eyes of all the world's great civilizations. It will make a fine inheritance for my many daughters.
Only daughters, no sons.
No sons. Not any longer. I had a boy once. A Danke Owaturi III, named for his grandfather, and his grandfather's grandfather. He was a fine boy. A happy boy. The best son a father could ask for. But I will speak no more of him. Let his memory rest, I say.
What happened to your kingdom?
Look around you. Is my hall not the picture of power? Do you not drown in luxury?
This one is totally unaware of what its current state is. I raise an eyebrow.
Nowhere in the world can match the brilliance of my city. No, my empire. It is the greatest nation in Eora, I say.
Do you understand what happened here? King Wingaro crosses his arms and frowns, the picture of a petulant child. To put it delicately, Your Highness, your civilization lies in ruins and your soul is trapped in Rimmergan's realm.
That is not possible, I say. My empire is the strongest in Eora. No, the greatest empire history has ever known. My reach extends to the edges of the world. Kith, on distant shores, pay fealty to me, King Wingaro Owaturi I.
You know that's not true.
My judgment is beyond reproach by you, by the gods, by anyone! I will not take the blame for what happened! Do you hear me? I will not!
Okay, so he is aware. He's chosen to not remember it, or just to pretend it doesn't exist because of the pain that losing it has cost him. Though your kingdom fell to trickery, the Huana still thrive in the Deadfire. Your legacy survives you.
You speak truly? My people still make their home in Deadfire?
Surprise makes his eyes go wide. When the expression fades, it's replaced by a look of slow dawning comprehension and, finally, wonder. His features blur, then run like water off his face. What's left behind is the visage of an aged Amua nearing the end of his life. His shoulders sag like they've borne the weight of centuries, and his once lively eyes grow dim and distant. A shaky breath wheezes from his chest.
When the bearded outlander and his cabal arrived in Ukaizo, they offered glory, strength, growth, and asked so little in return. My council warned me against allying with them. I called them cowards. All that mattered to me was the extent of our reach. Endless expansion. Security for the Wana. A legacy none could match. I say it was my weakness they exploited. I believed I could stand against the tide of time. The tide that wears down even the hardest stone to sand. And my arrogance doomed us all.
He heaves out a great, shuddering breath and can't quite meet my eye. Yes, I actually feel quite terrible for him. To sit here for 2,000 years and ruminate on what you did in your life. I take it that the Ukaizo was at its height, and it was through the Ingwithans coming and the king deciding to listen to them and follow what they say that it brought destruction to Ukaizo. You could redeem yourself. Help me defeat the dragon, Nurse Seralis.
A victory against the dragon would bring glory to my empire. Perhaps together we might repair my legacy too.
Within the folds of his robes, the king's hands shake.
It is settled.
Then he nods, satisfied. The king settles back on his throne to wait for my call. His expression turns pensive, thoughtful.
I will find you in the shattered passage. Until then, leave me to my thoughts.
That is the saddest one of them all that we've encountered of the three.
Sure thing.
That takes us back to the Shattered Passage. So then what does this go to? It's back to the Drowned Kingdom. I mean, there were things there, but... Let's see what we can find. Oh, we can get that spear. That's all we need, I think.
I've got it.
Currents Rush. Currents Rush is a scepter. Superb. We could actually use that.
Yes.
What do you have here? It's a wand, one-handed. So what about... He uses a scepter as... Oh, he uses a wand. He does have a... Well, rod. A little bit different of an item. It's superb as well. Let's just go back into the throne room. Then return to the Shattered Passage.
As you wish.
Oh, wait. What about this area? We didn't find the thing to manipulate it. There is something there, but... Drowned Kingdom... I didn't see anything over here to manipulate to lower the waters. Oh, we're just going back to where we were. wouldn't even know how to do it. Unless it's outside the room. Or this area. Maybe. Maybe there's a portal that leads out and I can lower it. But I'm not really interested in that. Let's just get back to the Shattered Passage.
Your victory is assured, for you have the Dragon of Deathfire at your side. I will not know peace until I see Ukaizo restored.
Okay. That is an exceptionally tall Huana. Very tall.
You have resurfaced.
Rinhitter's cold attention roams me.
And with a crown, no less. Impressive.
She smirks at the king. He doomed his people, now he's going to make up for it.
I prayed so. The worm has persisted for far too long.
She bows her head. That is all of the Drowned Kingdoms, Bridge of Blaze, Endless Queries, that's it. We have to jump through there?
Greetings again, walker between worlds. Was there something else you wish to ask?
I saw your body outside the portal. Is it not? That's where we get the armor and helm from, the helm that I'm wearing. She nods slowly.
We could protect neither the temple nor the Veedmouth. I called upon the beast of winter and his rime fell upon us, slaying us where we stood. Even that proved insufficient. The last thing I saw as frost took my sight was the worm clawing past us and into the moor.
Can you tell me more about these Echo Realms?
I can tell you of but 3. There are others, but they exist beyond my ken. Each reflects the souls within, spirits adrift upon the calamity that claimed them. Some souls cling more tightly than others. A drowned kingdom of salt and coral. A copper realm, chained in questions. These were here when I arrived. The 3rd realm is young yet, and as hot as a festival flame.
The Bridge of Blaze. So, it's just strange. There's an entire sunken kingdom down here.
Yes. And also no.
She frowns, forehead wrinkling in her attempt to find the words that will form an adequate explanation.
More the echo of the kingdom's end. The whole of it fell in one great calamity, I think. The stubborn blindness of its chieftain has kept it suspended above the void for centuries or longer. It is the eldest of the realms accessible from here, and the most thoroughly decayed.
What did you mean by chained in questions?
I know no other words for it. Agonized screams echo through its halls, and great machines churn above masked querents. It is an ancient nightmare, sustained by the bitterness and spite of the kith within.
You know nothing else of the youngest realm?
Fresh and raw, that wound. In its agony, it revisits itself.
So there's no other realms?
There were, in the past. I remember a palace of gold and smoke. Gone now. A temple of shifting halls. Also gone.
She frowns, almost wincing.
These realms fell away, consumed by the wide void. I know not how long ago.
I want to talk about something else. She nods, her eyes never leaving mine. I want to ask you something else about this dragon. Loathing flickers across Rinhitter's indistinct features.
Ask your questions then, if they will see the worm ended.
I killed the dragon and it revived. How do I kill it permanently?
I wish I had that answer. Perhaps it would be enough to fight it in this place. To weaken its grip that it might finally fall into the void. Perhaps it found the relic it sought, its soul clinging to that object in place of an earthly form. If that object were found, perhaps it could be delivered to the Beast of Winter for dissolution.
That's something that Rimmergans was talking about. It bound its soul to an object.
I can't risk falling on her perhaps, however. Not with a gate to hold.
Where did the dragon come from?
From the north,
She frowns down at her hands.
a beast of the Deadfire, set on dominating that place as a snowbear dominates its hunting grounds. No creature, dragon or kith, rivaled it. Yet it was not content and turned its eyes against the gods.
What's it doing here?
Rimagun gifted our people with a veet mouth that we might yield to him. Those objects or individuals that persisted beyond their value to the clans. In its desire to dominate the Deadfire, the worm sought to retrieve one or more of the sacrificed relics.
Her scowl twists into a smirk.
Even if it claimed the relics, the fool cannot return. Its body long since destroyed.
Do you know where it came by such powers?
I do not. It ate a wizard, perhaps?
You mentioned before that the dragon used wizardry.
Yes. Even before it came to us, tales had reached us from the north. The worm's abilities were not limited to its fangs, claws, and breath. It commanded eldritch energies.
Eldritch energies. I want to talk about something else. I'm curious about your homeland and people. Why is it called the White That Wends?
Rather than the deceased flame or the land of deer, we Glam Felon simply call it the land. Outsiders call it the White That Wends. Likely because much of it is white and can be difficult to navigate for the uninitiated.
What is the White That Wends like?
How does a person explain their home when they've only ever seen it with their own eyes? Travelers will claim it an endless expanse of white, featureless and bare. I would point to the jagged rises, the plunging coasts, the sheer rifts, to the blight storms and the snow bears, and ask of them, do you not see? Still, few kith call the land home. Only Glam Felon and the Inutinic. They possess the resolve, the vigor, required to endure the Beast of Winter's withering attentions.
Edwin snorts derisively and shakes her head. I take it that you feel differently, Edwin.
It is a hard land that produces hard people. It is fallacious to ascribe to it deeper spiritual, or worse, anthropomorphic qualities.
Fallacious.
I know you kind well, girl. Cowering behind words and symbols, that the world doesn't dirt your perception of it.
I know yours. Quick to ascribe every faint breeze to the lungs of a god. And don't call me girl.
You cannot deny that the gods exist, Edwin. The Animaster frowns at me.
I would think my acceptance of the god's existence and my personal adherence to Remergant evidenced by my actions. I do not, however, grant them omnipotence, nor believe them solely responsible for every natural process.
No, I don't either. Does that sound like the home you left, Fatner? The godlight peers at the spirits before them. Though his mask hides his expression, his hunched shoulders suggest fear.
It's a cruel and deceptive place. She has that much right.
Face lowered, he addresses the ground more than either me or Rinhider.
It is neither, young Winterborn. Hard and callous, perhaps, but pure in its intent.
He crosses his arms and averts his attention to the amorphous vista beyond. Speak your mind, Fatner.
Haven't we wasted enough time picking at this spiritual scar?
He waves a scornful hand at Rinhider.
Let us get on with slaying this dragon, or closing this portal, or whatever it is you'd have us do.
Alright. Remind me not to go there. She frowns and shrugs, but says nothing. Can you tell me more about the Pale Elves?
Most Glam Felon reside within the White That Wends, where we travel in clans. Life in the land can be harsh, but it provides. The clan raises the young communally, each member passing on their expertise. That every child has the skills demanded by the land. Each clan is as much family as nation.
Did the Glam Felon have any particular feelings about the Wood Elves?
I have little experience with the shelter folk of Glamfath. They do not welcome us among the lands. We do some trading with the adherents.
What is the relationship between the Glam Felon and Rimmergand?
We have long venerated Rimmergand as the eldest, strongest, and wisest of the gods. He claimed the land as his kingdom, and we as his people.
I have no idea why you would do such a foolish thing.
My eldest taught that we fell from the beast of winter's fur as it marched across the land. The first Glam Felon, equal parts salt, snow, and divine spirit.
What does veneration of Rimmergand entail?
Prayer, song, dance, sacrifice, the use of blessed relics, the defense of sacred sites.
With a smile, she gestures back towards the swirling, pearlescent plain of the Vit mouth.
Our priests augur his will in the entrails of the slain. They guide our travels across the land, and we embrace the inevitable difficulties that ensue.
Did your elder tell you where Rimmergand came from?
Like all endings, he was inevitable from the beginning.
No.
The babe of spring demanded a beast of winter.
Oh, that's just such shit.
My mother told me once that she believed them one and the same. That, like you, like me, Rimmergand was born to die. Unlike us, however. His birth gave birth to birthing, and his death will end death. He lit the flame, and he shall bury the ashes.
An artificial creation. Wasn't there. Didn't create the world. What are the other gods?
They each sing their song. The flame keeps us warm. The sea provides fish, the land flesh. Each provides temporary comfort against the cold, and we thank them for their gifts. But only Rimmergand awaits us in the wide void.
Let's talk about something else. You sound like you miss it, your homeland.
I love the land and I love my people. But that life ended long ago. As all things do.
Let's talk about something else. I think that's it. Farewell. Well, I haven't come and spoken with the others here, which I probably should to see if they have anything more to say.
There's little enough left of me. Tarry not.
Yeah.
When you call on me, I will unleash the fury of the Godhammer upon your foes.
The irony, considering that the Godhammer is what destroyed your physical form. Okay, well, we have to go through here to find the dragon. Let's see if we can put it down for a final time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.